Hello learners, bonjour aux apprenants and welcome to Learn French with Likiza. You have just made that important step to start learning French. What are some of the statements and questions you are likely to encounter or use in a French class? Let's see. Your teacher or tutor of French may probably use these terms and questions. Bonjour et bienvenue à la leçon d'aujourd'hui. Or, bonjour et bienvenue au cours d'aujourd'hui. So the first term means hello and welcome to today's lesson, and the second term means hello and welcome to today's class. Comment s'est passé ton week-end? Or comment s'est passé votre week-end? How was your weekend? And normally this question is used by teachers and tutors alike to get the student to express themselves further in French. I also like asking this question once we have established some kind of familiarity and we have already had a couple of French classes together. Pourriez-vous vous présenter brièvement? Could you introduce yourself briefly, or could you briefly introduce yourself? And normally this question may come after you have already learned introduction in French. To introduce the day's lesson, a teacher can say, dans la leçon d'aujourd'hui, nous allons apprendre. In today's lesson, we are going to learn. And if you're using a course book, the teacher or tutor can say something like, notre leçon d'aujourd'hui est à la page. Our lesson for today is on page, and then mention the page number. To explain a concept further, a teacher or tutor can say, cela signifie, or ça veut dire, or il s'agit, which means this means. Avez-vous compris? Or avez-vous bien compris? Have you understood? Which is a question that is very common in a French class. Another question that is very common in a French class is, est-ce qu'il y a une question? Is there a question? To end a class or a lesson, a teacher or tutor can say, c'est la fin de notre leçon. On se retrouve demain. That is the end of our lesson. Let's meet tomorrow. On se retrouve la semaine prochaine. Let's meet next week. Or, passez un bon weekend. Have a nice weekend. And especially if it is the last class, maybe on Friday before the weekend. Let's practice the statements and questions together. I will say them and then you repeat after me. Bonjour et bienvenue à la leçon d'aujourd'hui. Bonjour et bienvenue au cours d'aujourd'hui. Comment s'est passé votre week-end? Pourriez-vous vous présenter brièvement? Dans la leçon d'aujourd'hui, nous allons apprendre notre leçon d'aujourd'hui est à la page. Cela signifie, ça veut dire, il s'agit. Avez-vous bien compris? Est-ce qu'il y a une question? C'est la fin de notre leçon. On se retrouve demain. On se retrouve la semaine prochaine. Passez un bon week-end. And before I continue, you can refer back to my lesson on greetings and farewells, which I will link in the description below. Also, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now let's look at what Alana can say in a French class. Mon weekend était super. My weekend was great. And this is if the teacher has asked you how your weekend was. Je suis désolée d'être en retard. I'm sorry for being late. And this is if you have arrived in class late. To answer the question, avez-vous compris? Alana can either say, oui, j'ai compris. Yes, I have understood. Or, non, je n'ai pas compris. Pourriez-vous répéter l'explication? No, I haven't understood. Could you repeat the explanation? Je suis désolée, je n'ai pas entendu votre question. Pourriez-vous la répéter s'il vous plaît? I'm sorry, I haven't heard your question. Could you please repeat it? Pas de question. J'ai compris. No question. I have understood. And this is if the teacher has asked, est-ce qu'il y a une question? Oui, j'ai une question. Yes, I have a question. Still to answer, est-ce qu'il y a une question? J'ai fini or j'ai presque fini. And this is to answer the question, avez-vous fini? Have you finished? So the first one means I've finished and the second one means I've almost finished or I'm almost finished. And this is when probably you're doing a class activity. Let's again practice the statements and questions. I will say them and then you repeat after me. Mon week-end était super. Je suis désolée d'être en retard. Oui, j'ai compris. Non, je n'ai pas compris. Pourriez-vous répéter l'explication? Je suis désolée, je n'ai pas entendu votre question. Pourriez-vous la répéter s'il vous plaît? Pas de question. J'ai compris. Oui, j'ai une question. J'ai fini. J'ai presque fini. Et c'est la fin de notre leçon d'aujourd'hui. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And you can put other statements and questions that can be used in a French class in the comment section which you know about. Please also check out my pinned comment for information on the short courses I offer and on the ways in which you can support me and my work. A bientôt!